The question we are solving now belongs to test series 10. It is of network theory subject. In specific, it belongs to sinusoidal steady state analysis. As per the question, there is a voltage source which is operating at an angular frequency of 1 radians per second. It is feeding power to a circuit which contains a magnetically coupled coil of inductance 8 Henry and a 1 by 6 farad capacitance and another coil of the magnetically coupled coil, and it is of inductance 6 Henry. And these two coils have a mutual inductance of 5 Henry, and there is a 3 ohm resistor connected in parallel with the 6 Henry inductor. It is given that the current through the 3 ohm resistor is I2 and the current through the capacitor is I1. We need to find the ratio of apps of I1 with apps of I2. We can find this ratio of apps of I1 with apps of I2 by applying KVL to the closed loop marked. We can say that the drop across the 6 Henry inductor is I1 minus I2. So upon applying KVL to the second closed path, we see that 3I2 plus the drop across the 6 Henry inductor, that is minus j omega 6 times I1 minus I2 plus the drop due to the mutual inductance should be equal to 0. We know that the drop due to the mutual inductance is given as j omega 5 multiplied by I1, because I1 is the current flowing through the coil 1 and we are calculating the drop across the coil 2. But we need to find out the polarity of this drop. For finding the polarity of this drop, we need to use the dot convention. As per the dot convention, we see that the current is entering the dotted terminal of the coil, so it will produce a voltage which is sensed to positive at the dotted terminal of the coil. Hence, we need to introduce a negative sign here so as to account that so as to account for the dotted dot convention. So upon simplifying this equation, we see that I2 multiplied by 3 plus j omega 6 is equal to j omega 11 I1, and it is given that omega is 1 radians per second. From this we can say that I1 by I2 is equal to 3 plus j6 divided by j11. From this we can find apps of I1 divided by apps of I2 as square root of 9 plus 36 divided by 11, that is equal to root 45 divided by 11. From this we can say that the ratio of the magnitudes of the currents is equal to square root of 45 by 11. Hence the correct option is C.